Made a wish on a mountaintop, but an avalanche came and washed away. Wrote a song on an old guitar, but the words were wrong, they make you walk away. Said I could have anything I want forevermore. Said I could be anyone I want, but I was born.
I'd like this episode to have a bit of like a campfire, like maybe like like sleepover feel.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like the boys are up late.
Yeah, it's really late right now. It's 5:17 p.m.
Well, yeah. Well, like, wait, why is this episode like the sleep?
I don't
do you
know,
want
just-
this to have a sleepover vibe?
Like just like the old friends are here, like like some good vibes all around. Like maybe like telling stories and like maybe like one of us wakes up too early and like ends up just like getting it made breakfast by the respective other person's mom. Because you're the weird kid who's up too early.
Who's up like and hanging out with the parent of of your friend.
Yeah.
I
Okay, I have to go to work now.
I never really liked sleepovers because by the morning I was like, well, I kind of just want to go home now.
Bro, I can't sleep in like another person's like house really. Like it's so hard to like just sleep on like the floor for me.
Yeah, that's
I've never been to a sleepover, so
wait, really?
First time today.
I've been to sleepover parties, but then I was just like,
You
"Alright,
were the
I'm
weird
good."
kid?
Yeah. And my mom was like, "Why don't you want to stay over?" I'm like, "I don't want to. I want to sleep in my own bed."
See that and then like if people sleep over at my house, I'm like, well, now there's people that I gotta like entertain in my house. I'm like, I don't.
I've had sleepovers at my house.
It's like
which is,
you're sleeping over someone else's house. You're like, how am I supposed to sleep? I'm not going to JO here.
Exactly. I need a JO before I sleep, and I'm not doing it in front of a bunch of strangers.
Not with potentially my mom, or
Yeah.
or Dylan's mom.
I'm not gonna Jo right
I'm
here.
not getting JO'd by my friend's dad.
No, if he's watching me, cheering me on.
Jo.
You can edit this out if it's too inappropriate. Children.
Oh my god, all my kid listeners, I forgot about them.
Well, this is the children's movie episode.
Yeah. So a lot of people might be like,
We have
"Oh,
done-
Dora. I want to hear what they have to say."
We have done
Like a child.
3 children's movies episode in which we also talked about like a famously Me Too'd Hollywood person, and then made like
Well,
also made fucked up vegetable caricatures.
okay. Well, that's stuff that the kids need to know about. That kind of stuff. Like that's important for them to understand what's going on in the world. Just talking about getting JO'd is
Yeah, that's inappropriate.
Not the type of standards we have here on Cinema of the
can-
State, the first ever Blink-182 and film discussion podcast.
yeah.
Woo.
Mike McCabe here, baby.
Trey Sever in this seat. And
Who's that there? Is he back?
Once again, I am back. My name's Emmanuel. I was in the last episode. At the end, I made a brief cameo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we
If Mike kept that in.
yeah, Emmanuel made a cameo because we forgot to announce this week's movie and song while we were recording.
But before that, you hadn't made an appearance really since like January.
In like January, yeah.
Wow.
We did the commentary, which I don't know if anyone listened to.
Probably not. And Emmanuel even
Someone's gonna
asked
watch
me,
Freaky Friday.
like, I remember him asking me like a month or two ago. He's like, Mike, when am I coming back? When am I coming back? I was like, I've been like kind of like, because
I've been eager.
you're the main guest, I'd say. You have
Yeah,
clocked in the most appearances.
I'm the unofficial third member.
Yeah.
third
the-
man.
On the Cinema to Say Wikia, I'm like the third character.
You're the obligatory guest that kind of weasels their way back into the show. Very often.
And I'm probably not even a fan favorite. I'm here. I'm sure that's
He's really
why-
quiet. He's always really low.
Hopefully my audio is good this time. I'm really close to the mic right now. But also have my air on because it's like super hot in my room. So.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
Can't wait to cut
all
those
those-
out.
All those fires.
Oh man,
Yeah.
California always fired.
Always firing, always shaking.
It's like
Bunch of communists.
like freaking Donald Trump.
But I told Emmanuel he can have like the last song available. I pretty much let everybody else have their pick. And then
Oh, yeah.
Emmanuel kind of just
Good
got
point,
the
something.
scraps.
Yeah, Emmanuel, do you?
I mean,
are you okay with just getting like whatever's left, or do you want
Yeah, I
first
don't care.
choice?
I just like being on the podcast, chatting with the boys.
Happy to be invited.
Hey, all right, I'm just here for the vibes.
I don't think it makes a difference anyway. There's like no Blink-182 songs that I like we need to talk about.
That's like the fun of like that nobody wants to like do any of these songs really. Like everyone's like, these are bonus tracks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is a bonus track. I don't even know.
every single guest we've had on has been like, you had me on for like what, a B-side album, like.
Bonus tracks are a staple of music that I don't think are appreciated. We should have more
We
of
need to
them.
bring them back.
We need to bring them back. I want more where it's like a song is 10 minutes long and then it's just like they hid a second song in it.
Well,
Oh, that's the
I
best.
think we've talked about this before. Like, I think plenty of albums still have bonus tracks, but we've kind of lost the art of the secret track with the streaming era. Because if it,
Yeah, because you can't hide it.
you can't hide the secret track anymore unless it's just like at the end of the last song, but then that last song has to be
I
really
guess,
long.
yeah. But even like old secret tracks, like on streaming, they don't hide them anymore. They just have them as their own track.
Yeah, there's
now.
just its own track because what else are you supposed to do with it in that setup? So
And you also lose like the idea that like certain albums were supposed to be like they were only supposed to be like 12 to 13 songs. So when the back of the CD said like only 11 songs and then like you like wait a minute, there's 2 or 3 more? What? But now it's streaming, like they throw like 20 songs on an album.
yeah, it's
Like
We
I
need to
mean,
bring back
crazy.
I mean,
the Target exclusive bonus tracks.
oh my god, yeah, the Target bonus tracks. That's why you gotta go to Target to buy the CD. I do like the
Alternate cover.
idea of like because one of my favorite albums, Vacation by Bomb the Music Industry. There's a song that is only available on the vinyl version of the record. Is only available on record. It's not on streaming or on any other platforms. It is only.
Is
on
that
the record.
classist?
Maybe. It's like
Gotta buy a whole other machine.
it's
to listen to it.
it's a final track too. Like it's treated as like a finale song to the album.
Wow,
But
only a select few know about it.
It's on. I mean, it's on YouTube, so. But
It's like putting like a deleted scene only on VHS.
it's like very
buy a whole
integral to the
other
rest of the movie.
Player. Yeah. The
One
final scene
song
is on
that I'm
VHS.
glad is a bonus track and not on the main CD of California though is Long Lost Feeling.
Long Lost Feeling is the name.
So
of,
boring. I really can't remember. I had to ask before we started recording what the name of the song was.
So like we're at the point in this album where it's just like I think we're just so far past giving any of this a fair shot that it's just like
No, I have hope for the next 3.
okay.
One of them is an acoustic version of a song we already did.
True that.
But I have hope.
I mean, Emmanuel, did you like this song as someone who hasn't been doing this every week?
For the last like 8 months.
I thought the song was bad, but yeah, no.
See, like
I can't remember. I can't even remember like what the melody was or anything. I listened to it 2 days ago, so
yeah, it's not very memorable. I think it's a little sturdier than some of the other songs like on the back half of this, where at least this one like has a melody to it, like a good one, like or at least one that doesn't sound like super awkward. But it's just like
It doesn't even have any information per se on
it. No,
this
it doesn't.
page.
This really
Just
seems
words.
like it seems like a forgotten song. It's just
It's
another.
lost.
I guess that's a point.
And it's giving me a long feeling
Feeling of
because
boredom.
this is the 25th song on this album.
Wow. Can't,
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yes. we've been doing this for a while.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Get ready for the ranking in a couple weeks.
there's still 3 more.
But
Uh,
that
I don't
brings
re-
us to verse 1 from our sweetest Mark Hoppus, right? Unless
That's
you have
right.
something to say, Chase.
I was just gonna say I don't really know what to do like with this song. Like it's just kind of.
This is almost like nothing song.
It's really giving us no good content here.
Until Emmanuel speaks that first verse.
All right, let me
Oh,
got
here
the genius
he
app
goes.
on my phone. All right, verse 1, Mark Hoppus. Made a wish on a. Is this the right song? All right. Made a wish on a mountaintop, but an avalanche came and washed away. Wrote a song on an old guitar, but the words were wrong. They made you walk away.
Okay, so I will say, like, as forgettable as this song is, I do remember him singing that first line because I heard it and like almost laughed out loud at how stupid it is. Made a wish on a mountaintop.
This is just like a high schooler trying to write a song.
But an avalanche came and washed away. What is that? Like, if you're on the top of the mountain, shouldn't there not be any avalanches?
Yeah, if you're at the very top of the mountain, you will not be in the way of any avalanches. Yeah, and it's not getting washed away by an avalanche. Well, like that'd be if it was water. It's snow. I know they're the same thing, kind of, but
Water is snow is just cold water.
they're kind of fundamentally different in a very specific way.
Wrote a song on an old guitar, but the words are wrong. They made you walk away. Okay, so that was a suicide note.
Oh no.
The type of songs that make girls walk away. It's like, I can't live without you. You're my only one, babe.
Like the Radiohead song "Creep." Have you guys heard that song?
Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm aware of
god,
Creep.
he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
He doesn't
If you ever
belong
played that for a
here.
girl, you should probably walk away.
Did you like that song got like banned off of radio stations because it was too depressing? And it's like
Really?
that's like normal now. Like that song is like like so tame content. Like it's not no.
Yeah.
He
All
does
kids
say
are
the
emo
F word
now.
in it, though.
Oh shit.
Fudge.
Friends.
There's a lot of F words, Mike. You gotta be more specific.
Funny.
You gotta say it live on the podcast.
Mark returns with the pre-chorus and chorus because he said I could have anything I want forevermore. Said I could be anyone I want, but I was bored. Every day turns into sleepless nights. My head is spinning with the sadness of a long-lost feeling. Golden years or I would smash the mirrors. My head is spinning with the sadness of a long-lost feeling. So, Mark said I could have anything I want forevermore. Trace, highlight that.
Okay. Emmanuel, I don't know if you
Oh, he knows.
I'm aware that you guys have an account.
We've started annotating the songs in the past like 5 weeks or so.
I was gonna say this song needs some annotations.
Yeah, we need to fill this baby up. Actually,
It's pretty naked.
Yeah, it needs to put some clothes on. It's indecent.
So just right, Mark's got that money, baby.
Mark has got that money, baby. And save, and I'll get my +5 IQ. And so I
then-
could be anything I want, but I was bored. How do
Are
you?
you guys gonna read the only annotation on here?
I'll read it.
All right.
So golden years where I would smash the mirror, my head is spilling with the sadness of a long lost feeling. A unreviewed annotation, much like the Cinema of the State ones. Mark is reminiscing on the times he took more risks and didn't worry as much about what might come out of his choices. Perhaps remembering the bigger sense of freedom that most of us are lucky enough to experience in our youth. And when you're successful in your 20s.
So I don't know who was like bored enough to actually write that.
Like give an explanation to a Blink-182
Yeah,
song.
this a bonus track on a Blink-182 song.
Someone's
that
someone's
cares
gonna
about.
really appreciate this.
And it's the only thing, nothing else, just that.
And it's,
Yeah.
and it's unreviewed.
Somehow it's 2 upvotes. That means 2 other people came on.
Fuck
here
yeah.
and looked at the annotation.
Wait, I can edit it. I can edit this annotation.
Say this is wrong.
Hold on, I'm gonna edit it right now. And
Say-
I want y'all to refresh and see if you guys see the annotation.
Say, you got too much time on your hand, kid.
Okay, I just did it. Is it there?
I mean,
It looks like it shows up beneath the original.
Well, I see your first annotation.
Okay.
I don't see the new one.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mark it.
Wait, what did you write?
I just wrote dick and balls on it.
It's still being reviewed, probably.
they're making sure it's all right.
Yeah, make sure
that
it's
works.
accurate.
Chase, what does Matt Skiba say?
Matt Skiba says,
Manscapes!
found a wreck on the ocean floor. Like a tidal wave, you washed it all away. Okay, that makes a little more sense.
He corrected it.
Heard a song on the radio. All the words were right. They made me want to stay. So a bit of a reflection of what's been sung so far.
Matt heard a good song.
Matt heard a good song. He figured out like how water works versus snow. Although he did find a wreck on the ocean floor. And I don't know what kind of wreck he found because that implies like two vehicles.
crash.
Like two vehicles crashed into each other. So it must have been a boat crash.
He was scuba, like the James Cameron documentary.
He's at the Titanic.
That'd be cute.
Found a wreck at the ocean floor.
Matt Skiba found the Titanic finally.
Finally, as if it hadn't been done.
Have y'all seen this shit?
You think it really split like that?
I don't think the Titanic was real.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick faked the Titanic.
Yeah,
Well, I mean-
it's on a sound set.
I mean, it was a movie. It's fake.
Yeah, exactly. James Cameron made Titanic.
You think Avatar is real too?
Did anyone talk about Titanic before the movie came out?
No.
No one talked about the fucking Titanic.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what? Avatar is kind of more real than the Titanic because I can go to Pandora World.
In
Exactly.
Disney?
Yeah, I can't go to the Titanic.
Would you go to? Are you gonna go to all like the Marvel shit? See like the Avengers campus?
I've already been.
Oh man, what's it like?
There was no characters there when I went though. I went to like the early preview thing, so wasn't the boring.
Got a
I
little
guess.
Get to see like a
Exclusive.
guy who like has the same like hair color as Chris Evans.
Yeah.
A guy that's like body painted green.
It's just like going to Hollywood Boulevard or something, like Times Square for you, Mike.
Oh, okay, now I get it. At first there was Hollywood, what? At Times Square. I was like, oh, where are their
the equivalent.
costumes?
Where Texas is.
Texas Comic Con.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That works.
So then the pre-chorus and chorus are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And then Matt Skiba comes through with a little outro. What does he say, Emmanuel?
Say goodbye until it hurts, stormy skies and fireworks. Say goodbye until it hurts, stormy skies and fireworks. Say goodbye until it hurts, stormy skies and fireworks.
Okay.
Dot dot dot.
So I mean, I kind of like those lyrics. They're,
It's like a fade out, maybe.
yeah, I think
Say
I think
goodbye
it is.
until it
fades.
hurts, stormy skies and fireworks.
Those are like kind of expressive. I like them. They're decent. I can't.
I don't know what this means.
I can't like really tell you
So-
what he's talking about.
Trace, all I want you to do is I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay.
I want you to leave a link and just say this is quite similar to this incident, and it's a Sports Illustrated link to when Giants football player Jason Pierre-Paul blew up his hands on the 4th of July with fireworks.
Okay. I will do this. This is pretty similar to this incident. Link save. And so now people will be able to go look at that.
Compare and contrast.
And when you do the link, it actually like it pulls up a hyperlink as the title of the article. So it says this is pretty similar to this incident. Pierre-Paul opens up about his fireworks accident.
Wow.
On the annotation.
So people are gonna know what we're talking about. That's great.
So
I
there we
love
go.
that.
Yeah, it's updated. It's pretty similar to this incident.
I'm just looking ahead here for our next song. A lot of some lyrics about
Review the next song.
yeah, let's just do.
A spoiler? You know, all right, guys. Today's episode, bottom of the ocean.
Well, my thought here was that we already have some lyrics here about the bottom of the ocean, and now we're getting a full song about it.
Wow,
Maybe it's a sequel.
it's a
song.
follow-up.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited to
Like-
see where they take this story.
Kind of like Confessions Part 2 by Usher.
Sure.
Or Ignition remix.
Yeah.
Or not. Am I not, or not? I'm not allowed to like that song. Never mind. Never mind. Not like that. On the bottom of the ocean.
I got a long lost feeling at the bottom of the ocean that I can't get you more pregnant and I'm bored to death.
What?
Whoa.
Woo, 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 woo.
They, someone did that for, you know, like that 4-Year-Old Virgin movie, and they were like, genius. What is that movie called? Like,
The 40-year-old virgin who knocked up Sarah Marshall and felt super bad about it.
Yeah, that's a title.
Whoever made that should get punched in the face.
Publicly executed.
Judd Apatow like pulls the lever. Ayos míos.
my life's work. You mock it.
Oh yeah.
¿Cómo
So
está?
yeah, that was a song.
That was the song. A very short discussion of the song.
Mike's doing the Spanish, so you know we're transitioning.
Dora.
Hola.
Oh wait, you know what? Actually, let me do this right.
What's you doing this right, Chase? Pulling up Google Translate.
That's what I was gonna do.
Hoy hablamos de Dora y la ciudad perdida de oro.
Dora, this is high school. It's life or death. If I don't talk to you, don't take it personal.
Excuse me.
On August 9th,
We're on to something big.
an ancient city made of gold.
We're gonna break some rules.
Solve the riddle
It's now or never.
It's a jungle puzzle.
Oops.
and discover the legend.
Come on, Boots.
Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
We're gonna die out here. There's no need to overreact.
This film is not yet rated. August 9th.
Today we're talking about Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
Wow.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Emmanuel.
No como, bro.
Oh, you pronounce your name differently?
Yeah. I have to.
Um,
All right, so
So
this was a
Dora,
movie-
baby.
This was a movie that I didn't really pick. I just suggested it, and Mike was like, "Oh, we're doing Dora." So
Well, I think you
That's what I
said
do.
this for now, and same way with the next song you're
Well-
doing. You said this for now, and I was like, oh yeah,
My
fuck
other-
yeah, that one.
my other suggestion was Lost Highway, but I think Mike wanted to do this more.
I mean,
Okay, how do you think we would do at retelling the plot of David Lynch's Lost Highway
I don't
while
know.
also still keeping the integrity of this show, which is never very serious and is always pretty much telling like jokes and making fun of the movie? So we're just gonna talk about this movie that has like rape and murder in it, if I remember correctly.
Lost Highway is a good movie.
Lost Highway is a great movie, but it's not a Cinema
That's
of
our
the State
review.
movie.
I don't know how well we would do with that movie, like for the show. Yeah, Mike is right. I don't know if I don't know if we.
All I'm saying is that I was close.
And I say this
into
as
picking Dora.
we've referenced Lost Highway in the Love Call-In episode. I used the Dick Laurent is dead.
I didn't listen to that episode. So.
You were in it.
So I have a question
I
about this
am?
movie.
Wait, what?
That's the one where you fire us at the end.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No, I remember recording
Yeah,
that.
we gotta have a new concept episode soon.
We did like 4 in a row. It was a lot for me, okay?
This is a concept podcast at this point.
I have a question about Dora and the Lost City of Gold, and
Go
it's
for it.
kind
I
of
know
getting
everything,
it's
so.
it's kind of getting right into it. But why do they keep Swiper the Fox?
Dude, it makes no sense. It makes no sense, but I think before we get into that, we should kind of establish the tone of this movie and just like the whole background. So, I don't know if you know this, but this movie happened because of a College Humor sketch featuring Ariel Winter from Modern Family. I think I never watched it. She's the younger daughter on that show. But it was because these College Humor like sketches where Dora would have a gun and fight the cartel, and like the backpack was like Kit from Knight Rider and was like Dora, blah, blah, blah. So it was kind of inspired by like what if we did like a live action kind of a winky Dora movie. And I'd say They did a pretty good job. They have Nicholas Stoller writing the screenplay, who directed Neighbors and wrote the Jason Segel Muppets movie.
Indeed.
He also directed Forgetting Sarah Marshall and previous film on the podcast, Get Him to the Greek. And it's directed by James Bobbin, who did the Jason Segel Muppets movie. And a lot of Flight of the Conchords episodes. So
Never seen it.
Same. I don't know what that is.
but just letting you know, very funny. You don't know what that is?
Oh wait, no, I know what that is. Yeah, okay. We've talked about that before.
Very, very funny person.
I just know there's like a DVD cover where they're birds.
There is.
And this movie is a sequel to the series in a way.
It is like canonically supposed to be a sequel to the series. It is apparently said that Mike was just handed a McFlurry.
Yeah.
What kind of McFlurry is that? he's eating the McFlurry. Is that just like straight? What mixing you got in there?
Nothing. The cup's bigger one.
It's just like
We've gone
This
over
has
this.
happened before on the podcast.
that's just ice cream.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
get
we've had this conversation.
You don't get Nims or nothing.
No.
Okay, no Oreos. Why?
Plain McFlurry. That's a McDonald's hack.
I mean, me and Mike
right
just
there.
talked about how we both like our burgers pretty plain.
Same.
But I like it
didn't-
really plain.
Just meat.
Just the patty.
No bread.
Can I just have the patty?
So this was apparently the most well-received Nickelodeon movie. Has the highest.
Really?
Yes.
Higher than SpongeBob?
Oh wait, no. At 83% in Fresh, this is the highest-scoring live-action film adaptation of a
okay,
cartoon
okay.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
High bar to clear, I'm sure.
I'm definitely.
gonna say.
This is better than Tom and Jerry, and better than
Scooby-Doo?
Well, Scooby-Doo. I don't think it's better than Scooby-Doo, but it has a better percentage than Scooby-Doo probably, because people like first.
Critics don't know shit.
What do
That's the
those
audience
fucks
score you
know?
gotta go by.
Scooby-Doo's got a mixed rating, I'm sure.
They don't. What do they know?
Polarized critics.
They were tricked. But this movie.
This movie is funny.
This movie is funny, and that's, I think, is the most it has going for it. Is that of anything, it's very good at doing winky humor. Not quite breaking the fourth wall as much, but like not really acknowledging an audience per se, but like kind of
It's
winking
no
at.
Deadpool.
It's not your freaking typical Deadpool
I mean,
adventure.
if you watch the Dora show, though, she was like the original Deadpool.
Yeah,
She
she
would talk
did
to the
acknowledge the
audience.
audience quite often and would make the audience talk to her in Spanish.
Okay, and what is
Yeah.
our relation with Dora? Did we all watch Dora a lot as children, or were we at like that's for
Well, I'm
babies?
Mexican, so yeah.
Well, I mean, it was
Legally
for-
required.
I think it was mostly,
Yeah, it was
well, like,
showing-
wasn't it more for like learning Spanish? I feel like,
Yes,
know,
and
'cause,
Emmanuel does not know Spanish very
but
well.
like,
Well-
my thought process here is like, well, then wouldn't it be more for the white children?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't learn any
Well,
Spanish out of it.
Also, probably for like the Mexican kids, or also just Hispanic in general, kids who
they can learn English.
or so they can just have something that's like familiar and isn't like another show about white kids.
Another white kid TV show.
Yeah,
exactly.
instead we got one Spanish kid and several animals.
Well, there was her cousin, Diego.
Yeah,
Got his
but
own
Diego
spin-off.
was a late
Go,
entry.
Diego, go. Yeah. And he was like he had his own spin-off after, I remember.
Like
it's
I
part of
was
the same
already
thing.
past like I was done with Dora by the time Diego was even introduced to the show. I feel like.
Dude, I was at work today and Nick was on TV, and I knew this had got announced, but I just never really like put much thought into it because I'm 23 years old. But they were like, watch this after a new episode of the Patrick Star Show, and I was like, oh my fucking god, that's like the real thing that children are watching right now.
Rest in peace, Steven
Crazy.
Hillenburg.
R.I.P.
I talked about this
Yeah.
on 3 Act Thirsty, but do you follow that, or do you know about that every SpongeBob frame account?
Yeah.
they've been like they're on season 4, and like after the movie when Steven Hillenburg leaves, like it's so noticeable that every like character design
So
that
ugly.
not from the original like 3 seasons is just gross looking. Like there's been this shark who just looks scary.
That's like the biggest thing with the show. It's just gross now
Mm-hmm.
Just the worst.
for no reason.
Yeah, that SpongeBob has like a bunch of gore stuff in it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
It's very strange.
I
But
remember there's an episode where he has like a splinter or something that was like disgusting to me when I was a kid.
This is for children.
kids got to see it.
Yeah, like, throw up.
But this Dora movie opens up with Dora. Actually, well, it opens up with a PSA,
It
is
does.
funny.
which is funny.
I love comedy.
I do love to laugh.
I love when I see a kids movie. I take my kid to see it, and I'm thinking,
I'm like,
oh,
wait a
it's gonna be
minute.
stupid. And then I
I'm
laugh.
laughing too. But this is supposed to be for these fucking dumb nuts.
Me and my kid are laughing? No.
No. What? Only Pixar.
Yeah, only Pixar movies can make the dad laugh.
Why'd I get pissed drunk for
Maybe-
this?
Maybe the occasional Shrek.
This
film
seems
will make
clever.
the adults laugh.
I could have enjoyed this sober. This seems witty and well written.
It opens up with a Fox PSA telling you that this movie portrays harmful stereotypes about foxes that are not true. This is done by our very own Swiper the Fox, voiced by Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro.
Wow.
Which we talked about Swiper a little bit before. I just want to say, do we like that Benicio is just doing Benicio? And like,
I don't care.
okay, as someone who does fucking care.
It wouldn't matter.
No,
either
would you
way.
have rather like Swiper sound like Swiper though?
I don't
How
give a
does Swiper
single
sound?
fuck.
Swiper had like a high. He was like, "Oh man," he's like, "I'm Swiper."
He does that in the movie, though.
He does, but he says like, "Oh man." He does it as
I mean,
Benicio.
honestly, I'm kind of with Emmanuel. I kind of didn't give two fucks.
It's not something I thought about ever.
It haunts me.
I mean, there's another scene that
so-
like deeply haunted me with another character who was given a very deep voice.
Okay, well that's another flaw in the movie. I think if we're
It's flawed. That's awesome.
no flaw, it should have been the whole movie.
Oh, okay. Well, let's the opening scene is a recreation of the opening title sequence of the show.
Pretty much with its own
And
little
you're
like
watching
twists.
this, and you're like, "Whoa, this is like crazy."
This is like my damn
then-
childhood.
And then we find out
Whoa.
Dora's like actually like insane.
Dora's been imagining it this whole time. Whoa.
Yeah,
Who
she
knew?
she has mental
She
health
has
issues.
an imagination.
Her parents say, "Come on in for dinner," and she goes, "Delicioso," and then she looks straight into the barrel, and she goes, "Can you say delicioso?" And her parents are like, "Huh?"
I gotta take this kid to a
Who
therapist.
is she talking to?
Played by the goat. I mean, maybe not Eva Longoria.
Not an actual goat.
Maybe not.
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena. Love him.
Famous Scientologist.
Famous
Michael
Scientologist
Pena.
Michael Pena. I know that because I spend time on Wikipedia a lot. Emmanuel can attest this. I just always send him screenshots from like Wikipedia pages. I'm like, hey, look what this guy did in the 80s.
It's everyone's favorite website, Wikipedia.
I just end up going on like a wormhole Wikipedia. I've been like this my whole life. I've always just
IMDb
like gone
trivia
on like
pages.
I blame like school like projects. Never IMDb, like only Wikipedia. Like I would remember like being assigned like school projects and I would just like Black History Month and I would be like pick Michael Jordan and then just end up going through like different wormholes of like Michael Jordan and then I was like, wait a minute, he met the Looney Tunes? No,
What?
I'd already seen it by then. But
Did y'all
so
know
Dora's
this?
just imagining this. At one point
Wait.
Michael Pena goes try to like scare it, see if there is an audience, which is funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
But
That-
the thing is, she doesn't grow out of it. So she's a teenager and she's still like crazy.
she's kind of still
talking to
yeah,
him.
she's kind of still.
But it's
Well,
different.
she
It's
doesn't talk
different.
to the
She's
camera.
not like
She-
acknowledging an audience that isn't there.
Yeah, she's like vlogging now.
She's
or
vlogging
something.
now, and she's bad at
We made it
exploring.
modern.
They found a twist
Yeah.
to the Dora.
they don't
mythos.
really expand on that. She vlogs once and then like they never bring.
Yeah,
And
how many
that's like
followers
so-
does she have? Is she famous? She should have been famous when she got to the
Does she have
hospital.
internet in the jungle?
And then her parents are like, Dora, we got to do some adult exploring. Wink, wink. Finally go on that honeymoon.
Explore each other's bodies. If you know what I mean.
We're gonna send you from, I guess, Brazil or something, all the way to Los Angeles, California. Like you're going to the city. It's like
That's where her cousin lives.
when you say the city, it's usually like the city that's most adjacent to your location.
No, she's going to the city.
across the world.
Los Angeles.
She's going over. She's flying into a different continent.
Emmanuel's gonna pick you up.
I don't live in LA.
I don't know where you live. I just have to say that the CGI backpack at the beginning of this movie is
Very funny.
haunted looking. Just
And the map.
I like it. It's like, I'm a talking backpack.
Yeah.
just terrifying.
Awesome.
But
So Dora goes to LA.
Dora goes to LA, where I think is the funniest stuff in the movie.
Yeah, and like that would have been a funnier movie if it was just like Dora in the real world.
Dora, like, going to high school, having to become, like
But like having to do like an adventure in the real world would be funny. But we go back to the jungle.
taking
pretty
her,
quickly.
having her do Indiana Jones shit is, like, whatever.
I mean, like it kind of. I guess you know it had to be that they were never gonna.
Yeah.
But a
Can't really
funnier
complain
movie
about
is
Dora
Dora
movie.
having to, like, go through high school socially, like, which I guess would be, like, what maybe a sequel to this would be, that they kind of set up at the end.
Right.
Dora goes to college.
Oh, that'd be sick. And Dora gets her degree. But
Yeah, I've already tripped before, bro.
I really, and that's the best part of the movie. I really enjoy this portion of the movie where she's like walking around and she's like, "Hi, I'm Dora. Hi." He's like, Dora. Hi, I'm Dora.
Yeah.
Hola.
The actress is very good.
She's so funny, and like, she was like 17 when they filmed this, so she was like a baby, and apparently she was in Dora, like a Dora spin-off show. From like
Go Dingy Go,
2014.
probably.
No, Dora and Friends Into the City, where she played Dora's friend Kate. So she's
Oh, wow.
moving on up.
She leveled up to Dora herself.
Yeah.
Eventually, we all become Dora.
Also, in that opening like daydream sequence, I guess, where it was the opening title, we see Boots, and he's wearing his red boots, which apparently he wasn't in originally. Apparently it says, weeks before the film's release, a pair of red boots were digitally applied to Boots after it was found that he wasn't wearing any.
Who fucked that up?
Crazy.
watched
It's his
the-
name.
Where's Boots?
But also he doesn't wear them in any like of the scenes
always
after
funny.
that. He never wears them.
Yeah, but that one's supposed to be indicative of the original show.
Ugh. Am I the only one who cares about the canon?
Mike is probably the only person that cares about the Dora canon so far.
Dora the
This-
Explorer canon. Well, apparently to this, the wiki like thing up here says it received positive reviews from critics, who praised
Negative reviews from Dora fans.
who praised Monaire's performance of the self-aware humor, but criticized its lack of faithfulness to the source material. I'm like, what do you? Okay, the source material is like halfway nothing. Like, what do you want it to be?
Was there a talking cow on Dora?
Yeah, his name was Benny.
Yeah, they should have brought Benny. Maybe they're saving Benny for the sequel.
Benny's
They're
in
saving,
it.
like,
No,
Tails
they're all in that
for
one
the Sonic
scene.
season.
Everybody
yeah.
shows up for that.
That scene fucking rocks, dude. But we'll get to it eventually.
Um,
So Dora's
grandma's in this.
grandma's in this. I looked her up to see. She's wearing a pretty similar outfit that they give her in the show. That's cute. But
fan service.
for a shout out to us real Dora heads in that crowd.
Cheered when I saw them in the theater.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Emmanuel and I have both seen this already.
Yeah,
in
y'all had already
theaters
seen
we
it. This
saw
was my first watch.
Which we did both agree that watching this at home, the middle portion of the movie is kind of a drag. But like that first act is like such like a fun portion that you're kind of just along for the ride when you're in the theater. That movie magic, baby. COVID really took that away from us.
Gosh.
Remember movies?
Telling me.
Gosh. Movies are back. There was a shooting recently at one, right?
Oh yeah, in
Yeah.
California or something. Like someone got shot at the Purge.
Yeah, which like it said
Yeah.
that they didn't notice until like they were doing theater checks after. Which like what?
I saw.
I've been to that theater.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Did you see anything suspicious?
No.
What'd you see?
I didn't see a movie there. I had to do training at that theater.
Oh.
I was working for that company.
I saw the
X company.
I saw the film Stillwater last night.
Oh, Matty D.
and
Is the water still?
the water was very still.
Come on in. The water's
And-
still.
We sat in the back of the theater, and I just for some reason I was nervous back there about something.
Because,
I'm always
because you already
nervous.
knew about that news story.
No, it's just like for some usually I sit closer to the screen, and for some reason I want to sit closer. I'm like, well, if I'm like down here, I could probably hide better. I probably have a better chance of hiding. But we're like in the very back. I'm like, well, now I feel exposed. If someone
So-
comes in-
I feel like
Guns
that's the
blazing.
best place because my thing is I just jump off the side, you know.
Mm,
if
Break
it's a
break
stadium
your
theater.
ankle.
Yeah, you know, or I'll just land on my arm or something.
Well,
so I
so
can
the way
still run.
the way this theater was set up is like, it wasn't. I know what you're talking
It
about
was
jumping
like-
off the side. It didn't have that. Yeah,
It was like
it
that.
was
Okay.
it was just a sloped floor.
So wouldn't you be closer to the exit then if you're in the back?
Technically, yeah, but what if they come through the exit?
It's a good point. I'm assuming they're always gonna come through the front exit.
Dora goes to the school dance. There's a nerdy kid who can like hold his breath for a long time, which comes to play.
There's
That's
a-
good
there's a
screenwriting.
nerdy kid, There's a mean girl, and then there's Diego,
And
her cousin.
Diego-
He's embarrassed of her now.
he's like, Dora and Diego are the bestest of friends, and now Diego's like, Dora, you're a bit of a freaking freak.
Yeah, Diego doesn't like Dora anymore because he's become accustomed to city life and fitting in at high school, which is its own adventure. But Dora knows nothing of this.
High school is a nightmare in its own right.
Yeah.
Am I right, fellas?
So then they go on a field trip to a museum, right?
Yeah.
And that's
Something like
that's
that.
where they go on their little adventure because they accidentally get put on like a crate
Like,
with like
yeah.
other artifacts that like the bad guys are stealing or something like that, and then
well,
they
not even accidentally. They lure them in there.
well, they wake up in the jungle though.
They wake up in the jungle. And then
they have an adventure. They
Swipe,
gotta find.
Swiper's there.
So let's talk Swiper, the only thing of the Dora mythos who still exists.
There's no talking backpack. There's no map that talks.
Boots is just the monkey
Was-
for all
wait,
we
was-
know.
Boots,
I don't remember. Was Swiper in the opening sequence?
He was.
He was? I don't remember.
So yeah, so I was confused. Like, does Dora know of Swiper's existence?
He's in the
Or is
opening
this, like, a
scene.
new
That's why it
character?
doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
It feels like he's like a new villain for her or something.
No, he's in the opening scene. So
Okay.
but according to the movie's logic, Swiper is real and like and
Swiper
talks
is
and is like is a thief. But
who follows the
Power's
laws
back on.
who follows the laws of no swiping if you say it 3 times.
well, yeah, that's the rule. And
I always thought that was so fucking funny that like, all right, you only said it twice, bitch. I got you.
but it's too far for the movie to be like, no, Boots can't talk. He's just a monkey. Map can't talk. Backpack can't talk.
Unless you're
So
tripping
there's a
on
famous
drugs.
Mexican actor in this. who-
Are you referring to the
don't know
one
his
from Machete?
No,
Oh,
the main Alejandro.
oh, so yeah, so Dora and her friends are eventually saved by an unknown man, who is played.
Wikipedia.
His name is Alejandro Gutierrez. He's played by a famous Mexican actor and director who made that movie Instructions Not Included. Do you remember?
The
Okay.
Overboard remake.
And
And How to Be a Latin Lover.
he's in that. You know who directed that?
No,
Ken
Michael
Marino.
Cera's in it, I know.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. So he's in this. He spoiler, is the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
But-
Which did you see that coming,
but
Trace?
we don't know.
I mean, honestly, I didn't really think about it that hard. So I guess like when it happened, I was like, oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I didn't really.
Well,
I didn't-
watching it
didn't
for
really
the
think
second
Shocked
time,
me.
he has a really funny scene. So they go through their little antics. There's like they're traveling for several days to find Dora's parents and find the lost treasure, and at one point the mean girl has to poop. That scene's funny.
That's funny.
And then at one point they
That's
get
always
stuck
funny.
in quicksand, which lost trope in my opinion.
We need more quicksand movies.
We need more quicksand. It's funny. And then Dora helps them out. And except that guy gets sucked in, but then he just gets farted out on the other side for some reason.
Yeah.
And he's like, and this scene is really funny because he's like, I'm a bad guy. I am not good. And she's like, no, you are. Trust me. He's like, no, you do not get it. I am bad.
And like not knowing the twist, or like knowing the twist makes that like way funnier.
So this is a movie that rewards repeat viewings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They really
It makes
handed
you
it for us,
see
the
it
Dora
again.
heads.
It was like, go get another ticket for tomorrow. Like, come back. And
Come
see
back.
it.
You're gonna get
catch
more
on
jokes
new
if you
things.
come back.
More Easter eggs, you know.
There's endless things to explore in this movie.
It says he possibly
Really
appears in the
story.
pilot. This character has
What?
Possibly?
like
does that mean,
like he might be in the
possibly?
background. I don't know. They don't know.
What does
Like,
that mean?
I don't know.
He's
He
a
might
ghost
not
or
be
something?
created for the film. They're saying.
Does that mean like?
We can't confirm it because we're not gonna look it up, but he might be in the pilot.
We're not too sure.
I've seen every Dora episode except the pilot, and I'm not gonna watch it. So he might be in that one.
So eventually,
Alright.
Dora goes on another little tangent where they're walking a different way, and they go through these fumes, right?
They do go through some. Yeah, they're like fumes from these big plants or something because they
Oh,
get
man.
Oh, okay.
they
yeah.
get led astray by this old winch or something.
That flower, it makes them go crazy, and they become cartoon men and women.
They see the world in cartoons.
And it looks
Which is the best part of
the
the
best
movie.
part of the movie. It doesn't exactly. It's like a little bit of it.
It doesn't look like the cartoon does.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Trying to be, and also trying to be like trippy looking at the same time.
It's like in the style of the cartoon, but it's like it just looks revamped.
But
Yeah.
I'm looking.
If they were gonna do like a reboot.
I'm looking at like the
Cartoons
wide
with
shot
teenagers.
of all the characters. I see the grumpy old troll who lives under the bridge. I see Chico the squirrel. I see Benny the bull. I see
yeah.
Lisa the iguana. And I'm saying these from memory, unfortunately. I do not remember the snails that play the instruments at the end, but they do show up in the credits, which I thought was nice. They go. Bum,
Okay.
ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Lovely inclusion.
There's a film for the fans at the end.
Truly,
of the day,
like,
not the critics.
Not for the critics and not for the babies who don't know the real Dora. For me, an
But for
adult
me.
watching. The most
if I-
most times the word mating has ever been said in a kids movie.
Well, I was gonna say
Probably.
there's like, I appreciated like the actual peril that these children are put into, and the fact that there are kind of like weird jokes about mating and shit in this like PG kids movie.
And also, one thing I'll say is the plus is that this is filmed in like a real rainforest, and it's not a set. It looks really nice.
Really? Did not know that.
I just assumed
this
it was a set, honestly.
It looks
Yeah.
good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can replicate real Hollywood sets, then it looks.
Well,
good.
a funny thing is this is filmed in Australia, so like all the supporting cast are like Australian actors.
G'day, mate.
Oi, Dora! It seems your backpack is talking.
That thing is
so this
cursed.
ends.
So
Um,
he reveals himself to be a villain once they find their parents. He
Yeah.
says, "I'm actually the bad guy," and then they all get handcuffed, and then Boots unties them while they're walking, and he's like, and they beat up the bad guy, and then they all run their own way. And is this when Dora has her heart to heart with Boots in the cave?
It's around this time, yeah.
Dora talks to Boots, and Boots has a
The biggest scene in the movie. What everyone was waiting for.
When Boots talks, and he doesn't talk like Boots.
He does not talk like Boots. He
Much
talks
weirder. Like Swiper, who is he's mentally involved in the movie. Like Boots is just a monkey. Like he doesn't talk really for most of them. But Swiper is like talking the whole time, and Boots is
doing Boots is like doing antics. Like he's like keeping up with them, and he's kind of like a cartoon because he's like their buddy, and he like helps them kind of. But like Swiper is like talking and like is like
has a personality.
Is like completing like very specific tasks that he is. It's just he is like part of the movie's like logic that he is alive, and
which isn't what Boots is like in the show. Boots is like a second character, pretty much just a little boy
He's her best friend.
He's just a little boy who looks like a monkey.
Yeah,
just a little monkey boy,
and he decides to talk now for the first time. And it's been a few years since we last saw Boots, I guess. He hasn't talked in a while. He's grown up. He's aged. Now he talks like Danny Trejo.
Yeah, he talks exactly like Danny Trejo. It's very weird.
Like, Dora, listen. If you want to be wearing these boots, you
gotta be made for walking.
That song's in this movie, Spanish version.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that part is cool.
I did think that was
Danny
like
Trejo's Boots, hilarious.
I did think it was one of the funniest parts of the movie, honestly.
Yeah,
just because,
like Mike was saying, the only flaw is that it's only one scene.
Well, like
if they want to fully commit to having Danny Trejo play Boots the whole time, I'd be down for that. Where they'd be like, Boots, where have you? Or if they wanted to set up that Boots is like a little kid voice in that beginning scene, and then like when she like finds Boots again, when he's like, hey Dora, and then they're like, whoa, like Boots, what happened? And he's like, long story. Like,
hey, Dora.
That'd be funny. But like just doing it once is kind of boring. I don't know. It's like and again, the inclusion of having Swiper be a normal cartoon fox and not like a regular fox running around. It's questionable.
I mean, like, you want to talk about like not seeing something coming. Like, I thought it was so funny because it came out of nowhere. It was so unexpected, and when he started talking, I think I might have audibly gasped. Because it was so strange. And then like I really appreciated that it was just the one thing, and then they let it go and he doesn't talk the rest of the movie again. Like it felt like something pulled.
Trace was like, Boots.
Like it felt like something like pulled out of a nightmare I had or something. It was kind of scary.
Spooky.
So what happens?
They find the indigenous people's like treasure or something, and it's a lot of like traps, and the kid has to
like Indiana Jones
duck under the water for 7 minutes, untie the thing. And then the main lesson. And okay, a lot of people on Letterboxd, our peers even, have shit on this movie, and I think like this movie has a nice little lesson that like when they're like, oh, it's not like the main guy gets his comeuppance because he is greedy and wants the treasure. And what Dora's parents teach her is that it's not about the treasure. It's about the adventure of exploring. And she's like, we're not treasure hunters, we're explorers. And I think that's a very nice little like theme for this movie. Shut the fuck up!
Really
no, when she has that line, she says like, "We're not treasure hunters, we're explorers. We're here to learn." And when she said that, I actually went like, "Oh, like that's cute." I thought it was nice for
That's
children.
the main lesson of the film.
So then,
just learn.
When
it's good to learn.
They beat the bad guy. He gets trapped there, and Dora and friends go back to their jungle home.
Back to America. Oh no.
And her parent, she's like, Dora, do you want to come to explore with us? We think you're ready. And she's like, I think I want to explore the city. I want to be a kid. And then we go back, and our credit song is not quite the We Did It from the show, but a banger in its own right.
A great musical dance sequence. Everyone
movie that ends with like a musical number is good in my opinion.
Especially one that explains the plot.
This one is so joyous. Like everyone's having such a good time. It's very
Like
good.
they all try to shit on Dora, but by the end, everyone is having fun with Dora.
Everyone loves Dora.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Like I was smiling watching the whole musical number. It was great. Nothing to complain about.
A fun time
There's
for
a joke
all.
where like Diego has like diarrhea or something. I thought that was funny.
It's one the nerdy kid says he has a rash in his song. Michael Pena and Eva Longoria tell Swiper not to swipe, but it's cute. We cut to black, and at the end of the day, this movie's a slick 115 out of 182.
Yeah, it's just a cute little like Indiana Jones, Uncharted, Tomb Raider movie for kids, but they just kind of use Dora.
It's inoffensive in a way that like when like I see people on Letterboxd saying it's bad, it's like, what are you fucking expecting from any of this?
Like, are you defensive?
What do the critics know?
What the fuck do critics know? Are you fucking defensive of Dora as a franchise? Like, is that like why people are mad? And it's like not like
Me?
It's no like
Because if you've listened to this episode, you can tell I am.
No, the hypothetical you of these people who think it's bad are like is the complaint that it's like
pure Dora canon?
Yeah, that it's not enough pure Dora, because like I don't know what you want a live action like pure Dora movie to be other than this, which is kind of like
unless like you're a baby.
Yeah, unless you're a fucking like 2-year-old baby.
Want to learn Spanish?
like now that you said it's based off like it was based off like a sketch, like this actually sits comfortably between the line of like Hollywood, like broad Hollywood family movie and like funny like haha sketch comedy kind of thing.
The first college humor movie.
Dora and the Lost City.
So the credits say based on a sketch, but college humor.
I gave Dora and the Lost City of Gold a 100 out of 182.
My final review, fun film, for the whole family.
All of
I would
them.
give it. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty much like on the same like stance as Mike on this. So I'll say 116 out of 182 to one up him.
Wow. I mean,
You lose on Price is Right though, bitch.
after watching this, because there is so much like near instances of death, and there's even like a gun at one point. I went to look at like the family ratings.
To buy a gun.
I went to purchase a gun to protect my home.
I went to like look at the parent like ratings on the Common Sense website to see what parents were saying.
Bad.
And some of them were upset that the movie was so scary for their young children. I just thought that
My
was
kid wants a gun now.
He won't stop talking about getting a Glock.
My son won't stop trying to shoot foxes.
My son won't stop speaking Spanish.
That's the biggest concern on a website that's like Common Sense. Like, my son watched this and now he's speaking Chinese. Doesn't even realize that it's a not. So next week we have Bottom of the Ocean.
Bottom of the ocean.
The bottom of the ocean.
We talked about earlier on this episode.
We did. It got
We
mentioned.
did. And our film, it's for the first time on the second half of California. We haven't done this on the B side. We're doing a commentary.
Oh wow!
A commentary of Bottom of the Ocean. What could we be pairing it with? The Mask.
The Mask.
We'll be watching that with Wyatt Duncan and Alex Fortin.
The Mask as seen in Space Jam: A New Legacy.
As previously seen in Space Jam: A New Legacy, played by some stand-in actor who I saw some tweet.
Oh, watch Space Jam on HBO.
Do not. It's
no.
literally not worth your time. Like it's
Make your own opinion. Don't listen to the
This
critics.
is Mike, like Space Jam expert.
me, the Space Jam expert, saying Space Jam 2 is not a. Oh, is it a so bad it's good worth watching? It's not. It's terrible. It's not even fun.
Form your own opinion and see Space
It's-
Jam on HBO.
Almost 2 hours long.
Or go see Old in theaters.
Bugs Bunny dies in it. There, don't spoil.
He does actually.
Or watch an old movie that you like.
Watch a movie you haven't seen before. Watch a new from 1970s.
Or watch Dora now that we've talked about it.
Go watch The Godfather.
We haven't
Follow
yet.
Cinema of the State on Instagram and Cinema of State on Twitter. Mike McCabe's out on those things in Letterboxd, and of course Big Daddy TikTok over here, posting things all day long.
Mike was showing up on my wife's For You page on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know what the algorithm is doing.
Was she not happy about it?
I mean, I think she was just confused because it was a clip from one of the Cinema of the State episodes, and she was just like watching it. She didn't know it was you, and she heard my voice, and she was like, "Oh, what?"
You gotta make a Cinema of the State TikTok, like the unofficial account.
Oh man, my account is the official account.
Yeah, and I refuse to make a TikTok. So, speaking of which, follow me at Trace of Her on Twitter and Letterboxd, and go read whatever I'm writing for the Austin Chronicle. I guess.
Trace just went mute for me. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, I don't know what he just said. He went in and out there. But I'm gonna trust he said some good stuff there.
I promoted myself.
You're like talking and then you go, meh. But it's a good thing it's happening at the end of the episode.
I'll shout myself out now. You can follow me on Twitter at Emmanuel Montage. Same on Letterboxd. That's it. That's all I have to shout out.
That's all, folks. And next time you'll hear our jokes. You'll hear us commentate, and we'll see you next time. We'll miss you.
Bye.
We love you. Bye.
We did it! We did it!